the destiny of Nigeria is in our hands. We are the country. The country is us.
We are Nigeria.
We are that turning point generation. We are Nigeria. We are the future.
We are the future. We are the dream. We are the nation. We are part of this. Yes, we are so amazing. That's the least we shall be. At the heart of the nation, changing history. How can they say that we are finished? We have just begun. When we have nowhere else to run to, we have nowhere else to go. So get out of the way of the land of our dreams. We are the nation, we are part of this. Oh, oh. We are the nation, we are part of this.
Change the whole production way, primarily because you are producing a product for which is an alternative, so the feedstock cannot be above a particular price. And secondly, because the industry, the processor, also has to remain in business. He has to make some money. The farmer has to make money, the processor has to make money. So the price has to really be down. So that's the first reason. The industry you are producing for are competing with alternatives. The second reason is that you are producing for an industry that buys on starch weight basis. They don't pay for roots based upon how big your roots are. No, they actually estimate your starch content, and they pay based upon starch. So the small farmer who comes there, with very big roots that are 18 months old, actually goes home with less money. The small farmer has to actually learn to grow cassava, high varieties, fertilize, and also and produce at a particular starch content. If not, he actually is losing money. He'd rather go and sell for the Gary person. So that's the second reason. The industry buys on starch basis. The third reason is that as we go more and more into cassava farming, one thing you will notice, one of the biggest things you will notice is that other people will respond similarly. Ghana, Burkina Faso, all the countries around the world respond and start doing the same thing. So you must be competitive. If not, people will go and buy sweeteners or buy other things from elsewhere. As you enter into a market, don't ever think that market is going to allow you to be inefficient and still survive. No. Other people are going to come around and try to beat you. So for all those reasons, we have to actually begin to move our production away. Not to only large fields like you have seen today, but to more efficient production. It could be a small field of 10 hectares, but at least tractorable to reduce the production cost and use of inputs and stems to increase the paradigm change from producing for the traditional food industry to production for the industry. And the industry here is, like I said, flour, HQCF, sweetener, starch, all those things. There is absolutely no way Nigeria will create a fantastic industrial cassava sector based upon small farmer holdings. You see, people always say, this will just come again with a lot of grammar. There's a reason why we are importing starch when we can produce it in Nigeria. There's a reason why we're importing sweeteners when we can produce it in Nigeria. There's a reason why the only sweetener company in Nigeria, Eka Agro, has closed up. There's a reason why there's only one medium-sized flour factory functioning because it belongs to flour mills. Flour mills have a lot of money. They can, even if it's losing money, they can keep it alive. There are reasons why all those factories are not working very well. There are several reasons why. You may say it's infrastructure, but the truth is the largest part of the cost structure of those products is feedstock. The feedstock, often they get it at a good price this year, then 2 years down the road, there's a price increase, they get it at a very poor price. They have to cut down on production. So what we are trying to do here is we're all trying to, using our experiences, our knowledge, our effort, we're trying to move cassava from inefficient production to efficient production that will increase efficiency along the entire value chain and actually help us achieve our goals of the industrial cassava sector. So you see, we are taking part in a historic meeting and a historic effort. I hope that 20 years down the road, when some of us have grandchildren and are retired in our villages, like Tony would say, drinking palm wine and bush meat under the tree, I hope we can tell our children, our grandchildren, this story and say how we worked, you know, with the Minister of Agriculture, and we transformed cassava. That cassava today is the ATM in the ground. You know, that for the farmers, both small and large, cassava has become such a good source of money because there's a market. You know, I remember my Brazilian friend told me once that the best fertilizer for cassava is the market. You know, if you have a market, you know, everybody will produce because there's money to be made. I hope we can tell our grandchildren one of those days that, you see, we helped cassava to become the best feedstock for any industrial product you can think about. So let us come to a conclusion that, yes, this is the way forward for cassava mechanization. We have already started. Of course, you must have seen that, you know, we have had, challenges here and there. But the idea is that we look at the challenges, we profess solutions, and we move forward. Always keeping in mind that we are helping cassava to transform from a feedstock for traditional food crops to a feedstock for industrial, products. And in so doing, we are making our farmers rich. We are rebuilding our rural areas. We are creating jobs for our young people. I want young people to finish and say, I'm going to plant cassava. You know, not say, I'm going to go into the Nollywood industry. You say, I'm going to plant cassava. In fact, it's already happening in some places. I heard that, how many of us have seen the GES documentary on television? There's a documentary being shown now on AIT, NTA, Abadieh. How many of us have seen it? Yeah, the rest of us have not seen it. Wow, I want us to put down our emails. I will send it. I will send the time, the viewing times to everybody. All of you must see it. There's a section on cassava, and a farmer within, I don't know how many kilometers, maybe 30 kilometers of Ososa, told how he started as a farmer doing 2 plots of cassava. 2 plots is about what? It's about maybe a quarter of a hectare. Yeah, very small. But he said today he's doing 10 hectares. You know? He went from 2 plots all the way to 10 hectares. Why? There was a market there, they were paying good money, and the man saw that, wow, this thing is profitable. Of course, I'm sure he must have benefited from RTEP. RTEP probably gave him stems. He probably was able to hire tractors from Twine. You know, he's making money. I want it to be that our young people and our not so young people will see cassava as an industry to make money because there's a factory. You know, people always say, sorry, I know I've already spoken more than the 5 minutes you gave me.
No problem.
But people always say that which comes first, the factory or efficient production? People always ask that question. Which should come first? Should you build a factory first, or should you have efficient production? Well, let me give you share an adage with you that comes from South America. They say a factory without a crop is scrap metal. But the crop without a factory is a weed. You know? So, to me, they must come at the same time. You know? You must work on both of them. And we all know that the minister is working so hard. We have 6 HQCF factories coming. There's going to be 1 here. It's already been approved by FEC. You know, the BOI has already sent out adverts for people to express interest. So there's the factory coming here. They're already in the country. So, and then there are other ones coming to other places. Then there's another 18 coming. So the factories are coming. So we cannot afford to fold our hands and let those factories operate at 10% capacity and then close down. No, we have to begin now. And the only way to begin is to show people how to do it. Unfortunately, we've had challenges, but I believe that once we discuss the challenges, we'll find a way forward and we'll finally achieve. I want to thank all of you again for your time, and I wish you all a happy deliberation and successful deliberation. Thank you very much.
Set out now. We have 2 buses, data line buses. Outside there, we can feel it. But please feel free to take your pickup as well.
Changing history. How can they say that we are finished? We have just begun. When we have nowhere else to run to, we have nowhere else to go. So get out of the way of the land of our dreams. We are the nation, we are part of this. Oh,
This is
are the nation, we are part of this.
This is Nigeria beyond oil. This is real estate beyond oil. Cassava here is 500 hectares. And every operation done here, right from planting, weed control, fertilizing, were done mechanically. We started this farm July 2014, and right now we have planted 500 acres. The project here is going to establish 6,000 hectares of cassava for cassava flour for bread. Cassava is for food security, and cassava is for industry. There are more than 100 products you can get from cassava. Few of them are cassava flour for bread. Cassava bread is very good. You can get ethanol from cassava. Of course, you know you can get starch, one of the prominent products of cassava, for your pharmaceutical and for food industry. You can use your cassava to produce different kind of noodles. And you can use your cassava as well to produce gum for textile industry. Cassava is also used in oil drilling industry. Cassava, you can use cassava to produce stationery. Of course, you can use cassava for animal feeds. Our President Goodluck Jonathan is working. The Minister of Agriculture, Dr. is working. Agriculture is working in Nigeria. And agriculture has provided employment for millions.
That's it. If you go to some of these places, you come back and compare.
You are welcome to African Cassava Mechanization Center. And because our program is tight today, you are welcome to our Mango office. This is the central office whereby we run this farm. You have our office there and you have our store here. You have seen this farm. The farm is about 500 hectares of mechanized cassava land. We started planting here on July 11th, 2014. And about today, about 400 hectares have been planted out of the 500 that is earmarked for this. So you are here for the practical aspect, the cassava mechanization. And as we know, that started with land clearing. After your land clearing, land preparation. After the land preparation, planting. After the planting, application of your herbicide. After that, then addition of fertilizer, top dressing, and then weed control and management. What we have on farm here is that we have where we are planted, and some operations are presently going on the field. We are cultivating and we are top dressing. And planting is still going on, and application of herbicide. Working with us in this farm as a Brazilian expert, and the team leader of the Brazilian expert, Marco Piscambuga, is Marco Antonio de Levando Marcos Cassava.
Marcos Cassava. Thank you.
Marcos Cassava had about 30 years experience in cassava mechanization. He is the team leader of technical backstop to cassava mechanization in Nigeria. And INCAM has been the institution, the mechanization equipment. They are actually in charge of the mechanization of the cassava centers in the 18 centers that we have started so far, and they are represented here by Engineer Shola Ogujiri,
You're welcome, sir.
who incidentally is the mechanization team leader of a National Center for Agric Mechanization.
Yeah.
But the manager of income on site here is Uchi, somewhere doing something around that place. And so what we have to do in this farm is quickly we will take you, we have about 14 plots ready now. We will take you, we start our training and teaching from plot 1. And we'll tell you one or two things. The cassava here are in different age and in different condition, being caused by one reason or the other. Some of them are in very good health, some of them are challenged, some of them you have some area with some portion of weed, you have some portion that are very clean. If you are able to ask the right question, we'll be able to bring out the salient points. And so today, we will see some of the operations like the mechanical planting, the top dressing of the field, and the herbicide application. And these are the things we are going to do. So because we have about 14 plots, we may not spend equal time on them, so that we have enough time to go around and enough time to go back during lunch and have our class observation. We have a lot of challenges. We discuss about herbicide application, about fertilizer application, and good practices that will give you good farm, as you can see. And I want you to be observant and raise the issue that if I cannot answer it, I will ask Marco. Marco has been a wonderful teacher. He has been really teaching us Nigeria how to get mechanization right. Once more again, you are welcome to Abraka Cassava Mechanization Center. And I want to introduce to you a man who has been helping us greatly in this state. He has been taking good care of the team. His name is Kais, Mr. Kais, who is the State Director of Federal Ministry of Agriculture. Mr. Kais, please come. He has been wonderful to us from day one. He has been making sure that everything is going on very well. And he's here also with his engineer. Please, engineer, come over. These are the people who have really been helping us to make sure things are going on very well. My teams are on field. You will get to meet them and you talk to them one by one. We have some wonderful, hard-working men who actually made this thing possible. So we want to thank all of you for coming, and we want you to feel free to ask questions and give us your inputs too. And take notes so that when we get back to the classroom in the afternoon, we will be able to really discuss further. You are welcome once more. Thank you very much. One of the major challenges we have in this mechanization process is the fertilizer supply. The fertilizer supply is not good enough. You can see some of them are caked and are formed lumps. And this one affects the rate of application of fertilizer in the field. These volumes clog the machines, and if in the field you want to add 200 kilograms per hectare, you end up in adding maybe maximum 100 kilograms per hectare. And that will affect your yield, it will affect the performance of the crop, and that one greatly affects the performance of the crop. So we have to even employ extra hands to start preparing the fertilizer. This is an additional cost. We want to make sure that the supplier at least supply the fertilizer in a dry and granular form.
This one equipamento de machine de plant fertilizer, okay? Fertilizer não entra correcto. Problema, no plant. Look, demonstration.
Yeah, so everything is okay. Yes, yeah, that's very good. Yes.
This one, because revision, machine plant correct. Understand?
Yes.
Okay.
Do you see what is happening here?
No revision, no plant.
If the granule is dry and smooth, you have a free flow and you have the right rate of application. But if it's wet and cloggy, because this one is in the soil when you are moving your equipment, so it will not dispense.
Central soil.
We'll show you some lines. You can move 10 or even 100 meters without dispensing fertilizer, and your plant will not do very well.
Okay. Fertilizing no plant correct. Equipo necessário de remove this one.
Yes.
Start one big problem. because no plant enter soil fertilize. It's necessary, the stems, the cassava, start the germination. Necessary the fertilizer. The same thing the stems, because the food, fertilize food in soil.
So if there is no fertilizer, when your plant is growing
No
and
plant,
germinating,
no food.
it will not have enough food to eat. It will not have enough strength to even fight and resist disease and bacteria. So it's important fertilizer application at the right quantity, at the right condition is very, very important.
Exactly.
20 days, maximum, stems, start the food, the fertilizer. The fertilizer no enter soil, no food. Okay, it's one big problem, because the cassava, 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, cover complete, control absolute the weeds. Okay, no food, cassava,
Like,
no
can we
cover.
see typical example of what Marcus is saying here? Please come. Seeing here in this small portion is the same age with those one you are seeing there. But can you see the difference? Because this one we divide, this one has right quantity of fertilizer. Because after we plant, we are throwing some fertilizer when we are revising. But you can see those one, you can see the difference. This cassava and that cassava is planted in the same day. But you can see the difference in growth, in performance, in the head. You can see this heady, and you can compare with that one. What is the difference? The amount of food available to cassava at the right time and at the right age.
So what are the variety?
Well, 419 mostly. We planted
419, please.
419. Please, we shouldn't worry too much because information is important.
Yeah, I don't believe much in the classroom.
We are spending
Because
much
we are seeing
the
and we
field.
are asking questions, and we have cassava experts here that are also explaining few things to us. How did you stagger your planting? Because when you are producing for a factory,
Yes.
the planting has to be staggered in such a way that at any particular point in time, you have
Something to
cassava roots to take to the factory.
What we did, this cassava are in phase. We started planting in July.
Okay.
So we are planting, we are preparing land. So it's
Okay,
month by
that's very
month.
good.
Like this plot we are now is September plot.
Exactly.
And we have a October plot. We even have November plot. We have some portion of December plot. But next year, what we have designed with the Brazilian expert is that we will start land preparation early.
Okay.
In fact, we have started land preparation now anyway.
Okay.
Because that portion we may not plant all of them, but we started land preparation. Then
Okay.
you prepare, like say, assuming we are going to start planting by April, because rain come early this place. We will plant April, we will prepare land May. We plant June, so we just give it so that they will mature in that sequence as well. So factory can always have something. That's when weed overtake. We want to kill weed here. That's where my sister is standing one day. And we mistakenly spraying glyphosate on this plant. So immediately we brought that cutlass and cut it off. We're not going to the system. So the weed, the place died off, and then the cassava regrowed again. In plot 3 here, we have similar problem. Weed overgrown the plot. We go there immediately now, so you see. And we discovered that to get boys to weed it manually, will cost a lot of money. So we just hire about 10 boys and give them 10 cutlasses, and in one day, they cut off the whole place. The villagers were looking at us as madmen. How can you be cutting off your cassava? And then we now spray with glyphosate. And so the weeds are dying, the cassava are growing. But it's a system you can use to control a terrible situation in case of poor land preparation and the weed has overgrown your farm. Part of this soil here was prepared by, I want you to listen carefully, especially those who are in charge of field. If I had my way in this country, I will ban preparation of land by this plowing. This plowing is not good. It covers the land. It makes weed control so uncontrollable. And so one of the portion, because some of parts of the portion were prepared by room plow, it was because we really, by this plow. So we have weed problem here. And the weed overgrown there. We discovered that getting boys to weed it will cost us a lot of money. So what did we do? We hired some boys with cutlass. They slash it off. And we just wait 2 days for the to dry up, and then we apply glyphosate. So you can see maximum 2 days.
Minimum 2, maximum 2.
Yes.
Understand?
And 2 days, You can't apply glyphosate again. Why? Because cassava will have started growing again.
Okay.
So it must not be more than 2 days. And it's good for it to be 2 days. So timing in this case is very, very important.
An agriculturist.
Yes.
And I worked for solid 8 years in NALDA.
Yes.
What you are talking about, it depends on the operator. The operator mans the soil and the soil. It depends on how the operator handles the machine to plow.
Sorry, sir. Maybe let me give the detailed information so that maybe for mechanical planting of cassava, don't let me overgeneralize.
Okay.
You see, for mechanical planting of cassava, this plow should be totally discouraged. No matter, just a moment, sir, so that because my selection is not full, you may not know. No matter who the operator is, because when you are using this plow, the depth are not constant. You see, when you are applying in case of mechanical planting, it's total barrier horizontally. And so my machine has an adjustment, and I want my machine to insert my cassava 8 centimeters in the soil. Because I have different levels of, because this plow will undulate your soil. So when you are planting, it drops some at 8, it drops some at 15, it drops some at even 4.
Why don't
You
you
forgot the
harrow
doubt I'm
after
saying.
the
Harrowing.
You will harrow, you will still not have the same level. This is practical.
It's not the fault of this now.
This is depends on them. Can I come into, sir? Can I come into,
It's
sir?
not the fault of the disc. Light soil. It's level. Okay. It doesn't have trees. It doesn't have all those roots buried under. So that's the advantage of the disc in some places.
No.
Yes.
In that case, you use what is called roam harrow, roam plow.
Yes,
Roam plow. With roam plow, we remove all those roots,
Yes.
and you still keep your land
Excuse me, sir.
to prepare your 1 hectare, your 2 hectares.
Okay.
But when you want to mechanize large expanse of land,
Yes.